St. Andrew is confirming our 9th and 10th graders this coming Sunday. Part of the preparation was to go to Spirit in the Pines camp for a confirmation retreat, which I participated in. And one of our traditions is to bring along with us one of these old favorite storybooks that we read to our children when we were little, to remind our confirmation students of those old favorite storybooks, the board books that we used to read our kids. So the one that I pulled off of our shelf and brought along was You Are Special by Max Lucado. Maybe you know the book. It's the story of Punchinello, who's a Wemmick. And the Wemmicks live in a land where there are those who can jump really high and there are those who can sing really well. And when they do, they get a star put on their nose or on their cheek or on their shoulder or on their arm. And they collect stars because they can also jump really high. But some Wemmicks can't jump very high. Some Wemmicks don't carry a tune, and so they get dots on their forehead or nose or chin or on their shoulder or arms. And so Punchinello is one person who is covered with dots. So he doesn't think of himself as being too talented or too special, and he doesn't feel very good about himself. There's a little girl that comes to him named Lucia. She doesn't have anything on her. There's no stars and there's no dots. And she says to Punchinello, go and see Eli the Maker. Go and see Eli the Maker. Who's that? He's up there. Go and see Eli the Maker. And so Punchinello goes and sees Eli the Maker, who essentially says in the language of God, even though you have dots on you, Punchinello, I still care for you because I made you and you are special. And Punchinello doesn't believe this. He can't believe that this is the case. I don't understand how much you could care for me. And Eli says, you will understand, but it will take time, he writes. For now, come and see me every day and let me remind you how much I care. So Eli put Punchinello down onto the ground so he could go away and he said, remember, you are special because I made you and I don't make mistakes. Punchinello didn't stop, but in his heart he thought, I think he really means it. And when he did, a dot fell to the ground. Well, it's one of my favorite books that I used to read to my boys, and maybe it's one that you've read before, maybe it's one that you can read to your your grandkids. Or maybe these are just words that are helpful for you to hear this day. You are created by Eli, or you're created by God, and you're special. And those aren't bad things to hear any day at all, any day of the week, no matter how old we are. And I hope that can give you a sense of comfort here and peace here this Thursday evening. Thanks for joining me.